day 2. Our first speaker is going to deliver a fire opening. I am so excited to hear from her. Please welcome to the stage, Marissa Posner.
Hey guys, how are you? I just wanted to say welcome to our event. We are so excited to have you here to kick off this day and to learn more about interoperability standards across the board. Yesterday we spoke about Ethereum interop layer, and today we're going to hear more about different types of interop, such as intents, message passing, etc. So firstly, I'm just going to give a bit of like a recap of like yesterday and Ethereum interop layer. So hold on, I'm just going to go get a prop for a second. I first wanted to just define what EIL is. So EIL, as you guys saw yesterday with Cloudflare, everything was down. And it was very frustrating because even though we're in Web3, a lot of Web3 tools like Etherscan, etc., depend on Web2 servers like Cloudflare. So what EIL is EIL is Ethereum's new cross-chain interop solution that basically works by allowing the user to sign once across multiple chains and giving a better user experience. We're calling it wallet-based interop because everything happens on the wallet side of things. So firstly, I want to talk a lot about kind of the user's intention in this. And so I'm going to demonstrate that with a little demo. So I want to talk a bit about the envelope. And first, I'm going to start with this envelope, and I'm going to ask, I'm just going to show you the envelope, actually. So this is an envelope that on the envelope says user's intention. So, like, if I have the user's intention, and I, as a user, want to do something, I am going to give my intention in standardized, like, in current intent-based solutions, I'm going to give my intention to a solver, right? I tell the solver what I want to do. And what's inside this envelope, no one has seen. So this is what the user wants to do. So I'm now going to, as the solver, am going to open the envelope. And inside, I'm going to read what's inside. So inside, it says, swap 100 USDC to ETH on Arbitrum. Send that ETH to my friend on Base, Bob at base.eth. So I'm giving this instruction to the solver. They know exactly who my friend is. They know what I want to do. They know my route, and they know my timing. They have my IP address even. Now, I, as the solver, can front run the user. And I can censor them or not route their transaction. So the solver basically has to, in traditional intent-based systems, has to know everything up front because they're the one that execute your transaction. And at the moment that this envelope was opened, we reintroduced the entire surface area of trust into cross-chain interop. We've added this surface because the problem of moving funds cross-chain is complex. However, so that's in the case of traditional solver-based systems. So now I want to talk about EIL and why EIL doesn't need to read the envelope. The key innovation in EIL, which is account-based interop built on top of ERC 437, is that the user is always the executor. The user signs and submits the call themselves, and the multi-chain account model built on 437 makes this possible because it allows you to take account abstraction primitives on single chain and make them cross-chain. Things like session keys, gas abstraction, etc. So I just want to note, this envelope is open and empty. Nothing is inside. Written on the cover, I have the fee, a stamp, as you could say, of 0.02 USDC. And it could be USDC because I don't need ETH because account abstraction enables me to pay in a non-native gas token. Then I have my 2, which is to base, and my amount, 100 USDC. I'd like you guys to note that there's no swap, no fee, or sorry, no friend. Like, I'm not saying I'm sending it to Bob. There's no route, and there's no intention. So in EIL, we have something called a liquidity provider. And the liquidity provider's job is to give you the money, or in the form of a voucher, to move your assets, to give you the money on the destination chain. So, but I, as the user, am the one executing the call on the destination chain. So all that this liquidity provider is doing is providing me the voucher for the funds. And their only job is to put this right amount of money, 100 USDC, on base and give it to me. And after that, their job is finished. So only after that only after that I get this voucher, then I add the actual message or the intent to the transaction, and I send it directly to the chain. So the LP never sees what's inside the envelope, and the full call is only revealed when the user's multi-chain account executes on the destination chain, and never before. And this is the separation between value movement and intention. So I'm going to give another analogy here, and to show you kind of what the trust model feels like as a user. It's the difference between taking the bus and driving your own car. The difference between systems that protect you and systems that you just have to pray nothing goes wrong. Intents and solvers are kind of like a bus ticket. Let's say I want to go from Buenos Aires to Patagonia. I buy this bus ticket, right? I tell the driver where I want to go, Patagonia. This driver could stop the bus, they could redirect it, they could take me somewhere else, could end up in Chile. But I have to trust the driver on this journey. And the same thing is like intents with solvers. A solver could delay me, it could censor me, or even stop in the middle of the journey. And this is just the trust model that solvers in the current state operate under. There's currently not a decentralized solver solution. And the difference in this analogy is that EIL is like driving your own car. I'm driving from Buenos Aires to Patagonia, and I buy my own gas. The gas station in that example is the liquidity provider. They either give me the gas or they choose not to. And so in that case, the LP either gives me the voucher to move funds cross-chain, or they don't. But they can't censor me, they can't front-run me, they can't do any of that because they don't know what I'm doing. So in this example, the bus has to read your intention to drive you, whereas the gas station never does. So the envelope stays sealed until the chain itself opens it. So today you're going to hear about a lot of different flavors of interop. EIL is just one of them, and you're going to hear about other types of like message passing, solver-based intents, etc. So I just wanted to put this up on the screen and kind of bring it back to a simple test, which is, who am I trusting that I can't walk away from? I think that is an important thing to think about, and you might have different trust models for different types of transactions. Sending $100,000 on chain is very different than sending $10, and your trust assumptions accordingly would change. So EIL is basically what it looks like when your interoperability layer behaves like Ethereum itself, with no critical secrets, no indispensable intermediaries, and no unverifiable outcomes. So this is just what we're going to speak about today in terms of interop. And lastly, if you guys still believe trustlessness is the point, I encourage you guys to put that belief on chain and to sign the trustless manifesto. We're really excited to kick off this day with you guys, and if you have any other questions about Ethereum interop layer, what it means, feel free to ask me. We have a workshop at, I believe it's 3 p.m. going through the EIL SDK, which is live on testnet, not mainnet. And that will be in the workshop room back there. Also so that you guys know where all the other cool workshops are happening today. There's an awesome OIF workshop, I think, going on now. That is where the workshops will be. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and look forward to kicking off this day with you.